Well, as you probably know by my videos, I hate Apple. And we're going to be taking a look at some PCs at the same specs as the Mac. So we're going to head over to two websites, at least at the moment. We might look at more later. Dell.co.uk. Now, you may think, as I've said, that I've blocked Apple.com, which I did or have done, but not on this router, as I'm in a different place. The router has Apple.com right on here. So we're going to take a look at their crappy products. So, yeah. So, I've found the products that we're going to be taking a look at on Dell. Now notice that these are, i7 CPUs. What else? 16 gigabytes of memory. What else? 1 terabyte hard drive. What else? Cheap prices. Well, at least compared to the Macs. 749, 799, 799, and 849. Now, the 799 one, the Inspiron 14 7000 has the solid state drive due to the fact it's Ultrabook, so it's not as powerful as the Inspiron 15s. That's fair enough, and these also all have touch compared to none of the Macs that have touch. So I'm just going to have a look and see if I can find the right thing on Apple's website, which is a pain to navigate. What do we have here? There's only one that is £999, but guess what? It's only got an i5. It's only got 4 gigs of RAM, and it's only got a 500 gigabyte hard drive. And yeah, so that's not very good. And it's only 13 inch compared to the 14 and 15s that we have on the PC side. The next one, also an i5, is £1,099. Oh, and it's still only got 4 gigabytes of memory, and it's only 13 inch. Oh look, 2.4 gigahertz. Oh, and it's an i5. But it's only got 8 gigs of memory. So stupid. Apologies for that. That's a 2.6 gigahertz. And it's an i5. Oh, and it's only got 8 gigs of RAM. And it's still over £1,000. So where do we get to the i7s? Oh look. There's no 14 inch model, and the 15 inch model, 2 GHz and 2.3 GHz i5s. Now, let's take a look. £1,699 with just 8 gigs of RAM, and the other 15 inch is just 16 gigs of RAM is £2,199. What a rip-off. Yes, and by the way, that was a phone call of someone who, well, of my sister saying that she was on her way back. Anyway, so let's just take a look at all-in-one PC. So here we are back on Dell website, and we have the Inspiron 2350 for £899. It's got an i7. Windows 8.1. Oh, and it's got 12 gigabytes of RAM, and it's touch because it's an all-in-one. It's got a terabyte hard drive too. You won't get that from Apple because Apple is shit. So let's take a look at the Mac. Now, I understand that the Mac has a larger screen, but let's take a look. They've only got i5 options. There is no option to have an i7, and they're still over £1,000. They don't have 12 gigabytes of RAM. At least at stock. You'd have to upgrade it yourself. By default, they all come with 8 gigabytes. Yes, I understand that they come with Nvidia, but you can get that in the PC. If you can't get Nvidia, you can get the AMD. So what a rip-off. Now we're going to be taking a look at the Workstations. By the way, we won't be looking at the Dell Precision, although that is a mobile workstation, and Apple don't have a mobile workstation, and people have been switching to the Precision from the MacBook Pro, according to interview videos on the Dell YouTube. Now, and they are advertising Windows XP support ends at the top, and we'll take a look at that in just a sec. Right, we won't be looking at the workstation for the simple reason Dell's UK website, at least the one I'm on, does not let me look at the Precisions. But if it did, I would show you them, so we won't be looking at the Apple ones either, so the Mac Pro. Although they're about for £3,000 to £4,000, they're a bit of a rip-off. Anyway, let's just take a quick look at this Windows XP migration countdown, and that's emphasising the trade-ins they do. But they've got more range. HP do, PCs, Acer, which I hate anyway, Lenovo, which is what I'm on right now. So, really, Macs aren't worth it, because you've got to go at least double the price to get an i7. In fact, for all-in-ones, you don't get the touchscreen, and you don't get the i7, and you don't get the 12 gigs of RAM, at least by default, so you'd have to upgrade. Apple really is a rip-off.